Hello everyone, welcome to day 2nd of October Lead Code Challenge, and let's look at today's question. Today's question is Dungeon Game, Lead Code 174. It's a hard problem in Lead Code and it's a very interesting problem. The problem says we have a knight placed at the topmost left corner of the cell. We have the princess placed at the bottommost right corner of the cell. The knight needs to travel across various cells so as to reach the princess, and there is a constraint given in the question that the power of knight should never go beyond or equal to 0. With each cell he will acquire as much power as the value of that cell. For example, if knight enters this cell, then he has to lose 2 power points. If knight enters this cell, then he has to lose 3 power points. If knight enters this cell, he will gain 3 more power points. So it's a gaining condition here, it's a losing condition here, and we need to identify the minimum amount of power the knight should have even before starting his operation. So let's try and understand it by an example. Here this is the input grid: -2, -3, 3, -5, -10, 1, 10, 30, -5, and the path that is highlighted with arrows is the correct path. From -2 he will go to -3, then from -3 it will go to 3, 3 to 1, 1 to -5, and the minimum power that knight should have even before starting the operation is 7. How do we get 7? I'll be telling everything in the presentation. So without much ado, let's get started with the PPT. Dungeon Game, Lead Code 174, and I have put this background to celebrate the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi ji. He was termed as the father of nation, and if you get time, go and read about him. Now let's get back to the question. Let's try and solve the same example that was there in the question. We have the knight placed here, we have the princess placed here. We need to identify the minimum power that we need to give to the knight so that he can reach to the princess. And the important constraint says that if the power of the knight at any cell goes beyond or equal to 0, then he dies. What does this imply? It simply implies that the minimum power at each cell should be 1. The minimum has to be 1 so as to reach to the princess safely. So just remember this point. This will help us a lot in coming up with the algorithm. Let's reduce the problem to various smaller cases. Let's assume in the first case we have only one cell which is -5, and if knight wants to reach this particular cell, how much power knight should have? It should be equal to 1 minus -5. If we give 6 power to the knight, then only he will be able to survive on this cell, and therefore the minimum power needed is 6. Let's walk through the next case. The current cell has the power value as 5, and how much minimum power should we give to the knight so as to reach this particular cell? It should be equal to minimum of 1, because if we give 0 power to knight, then he is gonna die. He can't even move. For him to even enter this cell, he should have minimum power of 1. Let's walk through the next test case. We have -2 and -3. In order to reach -3 cell, how much power should we give to the knight? So for him to go to -2 cell, he should have at least 3 units of power, and from this cell he has to move towards -3 cell. That means we should give him 3 more units. That makes up till 6. 1 minus -2 minus -3, and this adds up till 6. Let's walk through the next test case. We have -2, -3 and -4. So let's start the iteration. Let's assume knight is standing over here and we have given 1 power to him so as to begin the process, begin his journey. And since he will enter this particular cell, -2, how much power should we increase? We should increase his power by 2 more units. That makes it to 3. And then we have -3 in the next cell, so we should increase his power by 3 more units, 6. And next we have is 4. So that's a pretty safe zone. We don't need to add any extra power. That makes it 12, 6. The answer becomes 6 so as to reach this particular cell. Let's move on to the next iteration. We have 2, 3 and 5, all are positive. So let's start with the knight, and initially in the beginning we are given 1 unit of power to the knight, and since he has 1 unit of power, he can move to the second cell, this particular cell. It has 2 units of power, pretty good, no need to give more power. Next we have 3, next we have 5. So as he progresses across his journey up till 5 units, no extra power is needed, and minimum of 1 power unit will work for him. Let's move on to the next iteration, and knight is starting his journey. We have given 1 unit of power, and let him enter this particular cell. So here the cell value is 10, and what do you see? You see that it is quite good amount of power, so he doesn't need any more power, so 1 would be enough. And here he acquired 10 more units, which is again beneficial for him. Next we have -2, so he can further progress his journey up till here, so 1 would work appropriately for him. Let's assume that the knight is starting his journey with 1 unit of power, and what does he see? He observes another unit of power in the first cell, so the total power becomes equal to 2, and he's happy about it that he got more power. Let's move ahead, and he observes in the next cell that that there is -3 units of power. The power goes in negative, that makes it up till 3 minus 2 minus 3 makes it -1. He can't survive with -1. So how much more units do we need to add so that at this particular cell his power becomes greater than 0 or equal to 1? That's the same. The minimum power at each cell should be equal to 1. This is the constraint that we observed in the last slide as well. So we have to give him 2 more units of power for -1 to become equal to 1. If we add 2 more units, then it will become equal to 1. So we are adding 2 more units of power. -1 plus 2 makes it up till 1. And how much units of power we have added? So initially we gave him 1 unit of power, and now we are adding 2 more units of power. That makes up till 3. So 3 becomes the answer. I hope you understood all these test cases. I have taken the same example that was specified in the question. I am trying to build the DP array that signifies the minimum amount of power that should be present at each cell while iterating through the complete matrix that the knight should have. And I have increased the dimension in both mth index and for the nth index by 1 unit so as to ease out the process of computation. And initially, let's assume that at each cell an infinite amount of power should be given to the knight, and for these 3 cells I have initialized it to 1 for easing out the sake of writing code. Just assume that at these particular 3 cells the knight should have minimum of 1 unit of power. I'll tell you why I'm assigning 1 here and how this will help us in the later section of the code. So let's just start the iteration. The first value that we foresee is -5. Also we'll be moving in the reverse direction. We won't go from the topmost to the bottommost direction, rather we will go in the reverse direction so that we know for reaching from the princess to this particular cell how much power is needed. Remember this point as well, because it's difficult to compute it while going from the forward direction from the knight to the princess, because we are not aware that what we are going to foresee in future in the rest of the cells. However, if we go from the princess to the knight, we are pretty sure that at least for reaching this cell or this particular cell, this much unit of power is for sure needed. Now let's start the iteration. The last cell has -5 units of power. That means how much power should we give to the knight at this particular cell? You should have 1 plus 5 units of power, that signifies 6 units of power. So remember the equation that the power at each cell should be greater than or equal to 1. So if the knight has to survive at that particular location, then let's assume x minus 5 has to be greater than or equal to 1, x has to be greater than or equal to 6. So we go ahead and update this value by 6. Now let's fill the second row, and we are starting from the extreme right column. The knight is entering from this particular cell, and at this particular cell he gets one more unit of power, and for reaching this particular cell he should have minimum power of 6 units. He got one more unit here, so if he is entering from this particular cell, that means he only needs 5 more units to successfully arrive at this particular cell. So if we start the iteration from 5 units of power, then he can safely enter this particular cell. You can try it yourself. Let's assume we give knight the 5 units of power. 5 plus 1 becomes 6. 6 minus 5 becomes 1. The knight power is pretty safe and he is alive. 5 works appropriately for us. Since the total power that was needed at this particular cell was 6, and he acquired 1 unit of power at this particular cell, therefore we can reduce the minimum power needed by 1 unit. Now we know that minimum of 5 units of power should be there for the knight for this particular cell, and 1 unit of power should be there for the knight for this particular cell. And if the knight has this much amount of power, then he can safely reach to the princess. Now let's compute the power needed for this particular entry, and the cell value is minus 10. For us to maintain 5 units of power going in this particular direction, how much power should be given to this particular cell? Let's add this up. Minus 10. 5 minus minus 10 gives us 15. So minimum of 15 units of power should be given to the knight or this particular cell if he is moving in this particular direction. Let's compute it for the other direction. Here let's assume that the knight is moving by this route, and minimum of 1 unit of power should be maintained for this cell. That means how much power should be given to this cell if knight is moving across this direction? It is 1 minus minus 10, because the current value is minus 10. It gives us 11. So if knight is moving in this particular direction, he should have 11 units of power. If knight is moving in this particular direction, he should have 15 units of power. What is the minimum value out of these two? The minimum value is 11. So what we are going to do, we'll opt out for the minimum value and let's forget these two, and let's update this with 11. If knight is given 11 units of power at this particular unit, then he can safely reach to the princess by this route. We are not interested in the route, we are only interested in the minimum power needed by each cell. Let's continue the process. Next we have is this cell, this particular cell, and we have minus 5 cell value for this particular cell, and let's assume there are two routes possible. Again, one by this direction and other one by this direction. If knight is moving in this particular direction, how much amount or cell power should be given to the knight? It would be equal to 11 minus minus 5, which becomes 16. And if knight is moving in this particular direction, how much power should be given to him? 1 minus minus 5, which becomes 6. So there are two possible options, either to give 16 units of power or 6 units of power. Which one are you going to opt for? The minimum one. So this gets updated to 6. Let's continue the process, and let me just change the color of pen for the next iteration, and let's take cyan this time, and let's assume we are starting from this particular cell. We see 3 units of power, and at this particular cell, so there is only one direction possible, coming from here. The knight can travel from here to this. There is no right direction possible. So how much power is there at this particular cell? It is 5 units. So the current cell already has 3 units of power. So if I follow the same process, 5 minus 3 becomes equal to 2. That means this cell should be given minimum of 2 units of power. Let's continue the process, and let's assume we are standing at this particular cell, and what is the cell value? The cell value is minus 3. There is a dip in power by minus 3 units, and there are 2 directions possible, this one or this one. So let's go in each direction one by one. Let's assume we are traveling towards right, and for us to travel towards right, how much power should be minimum in the rightmost cell? It is 2 units. So how much power should this cell have so as to maintain 2 units here? It would be equal to 2 minus minus 3. 2 minus minus 3 becomes equal to 5. So one route is possible. If we give knight 5 units of power at this particular cell, then he can safely reach to the princess. Let's walk through the other case. Let's assume we are moving from this cell towards the lower cell, and it has minus 10. It has 11 units of power. Minimum of 11 units of power should sustain at this particular cell. So how much power should be there for this particular cell? It is equal to 11 minus minus 3, which is 14. There are 2 options available. Either we can go in this particular direction and we give 14 units of power, or we can go in this particular direction and we give 5 units of power. Which one are you going to choose? You'll choose the minimum one, the lower one, which is 5. So 5 becomes the final answer for this particular cell. Let me just change the color of pen again. It's becoming slightly cumbersome, and since the last cell is left, let's try and find the solution for it. The cell value is equal to minus 2, and there are 2 directions possible, either towards right or towards the lower cell. There are 2 paths, and let's fill those paths one by one. Let's assume we are moving towards right, and minimum of 5 units to sustain in its rightmost cell, and the current cell value is minus 2. So how much power should be there for this particular value if we are moving towards right? It is 5 minus minus 2, which is 7. If we are going towards right, then at this particular cell minimum of 7 units of power is mandatory. If we are going towards the lower direction, the power value for the lower cell is 6. We should sustain 6 units of power. So let's try and calculate how much power is needed for this particular cell if we are moving towards the lower direction. 6 minus minus 2, which is 8. So there are 2 options possible. Either go for the 8 value or the 7 value. Which one are you going to pick up? We'll pick up the 7 value, and 7 becomes the answer. Now we have completely filled in our DP table, the power value, and we are good. If there is some confusion left, don't worry, everything will be crystal clear in the coding section. So let's jump on to the coding part. I have defined 2 variables, m and m, for calculating the row length and column length. I created a DP array and initialized it to the maximum possible value. This I'll talk in the later part of the section, but let's talk about the code functionality. I start moving from the bottom right corner row wise and try and build my DP array. I go and check the DP value at I plus 1 comma j and the other value at I comma j plus 1 index, and I extract the minimum out of these 2. If we are standing at this particular index, I check the DP value at this particular index and at DP value at this particular index. I extract the lower one out and I subtract it with the dungeon value at I comma j index. This gives me the minimum power value, And in case this value turns out to be less than or equal to 0, that simply means that there is too much power given to the cell. What we need to do, we need to reduce it to the level of 1. The knight already has a lot of power, so we need to normalize it to 1 unit in case this value goes lower than or equal to 0. Otherwise, we assign whatever minimum value we computed from this equation. And once we are done with this, we simply return dp of 0, 0. Now comes the question why we initialize it to 1, 1 at these 3 indexes. This is actually not needed, only these two are mandatory, and these are needed so that we don't need to write corner cases, because there is no right direction here and there is no left direction here, and we need 1 unit of power, minimum of 1 unit power at this particular index. So to ease out the computation, we assign 1 here and 1 here, because there is no competition between these two, then both are equal, so you can choose any one of them as per the minimum logic. This brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you tomorrow with another fresh question, but till then, goodbye.